Hi, while planning a programme for my guide company, I came across Clive Little, who works in the amazing media of Willow. So I had him down for an evening and he showed us all how to work with the willow, and we all made willow lanterns. I absolutely loved the workshop and immediately came home and started to plan how I could use it in my own work. So I decided to create a picnic, and the first thing I had to do was try and source an oval canvas. Milligan's and Grey Abbey very kindly took on this task to make this oval canvas, which took about 6 months to perfect. Meanwhile, I was gathering all of the ingredients for this picnic. I had a champagne bottle but no champagne flutes, so I went to one of my neighbours and they didn't have two the same, hence the two different glasses in the painting. Then I went round the village and collected all the cheeses and lovely fruits and muffins. But one of the things I bought was a box of French fancies. Now, I made the mistake because a couple of my children decided they would help me construct the composition for the picnic. So we got everything together and I made like an oval template and we started to fill it. Every time we did this, there was one less French fancy, until the very end, the last composition, there was only one left. And you can see it diffracted in one of the stems of the champagne flutes. And I was so glad that the kids had eaten all the other ones, because they had browns and pinks and they left one yellow one which worked brilliantly in the composition colour-wise. Usually in my oil paintings, with being left-handed, I would start at the top right and work down to the bottom left. But with this being my first oval canvas, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to tackle this. And it ended up that I painted it in a spiral and ended up right in the centre. To get the oval to sit, I had to put my easel into a drawing board position to give the picture stability, the canvas stability while I was working on it. So the next stage was to make the basket. So I took the finished painting down to Clive and we had to work on it just one day. So I was down really early in the morning and it took till late in the evening. We only had a couple of coffee breaks. We couldn't allow the willow to dry out because it was one continuous piece, and if it dries out it has the risk of cracking and splitting, and then you have to start from scratch. I decided to use English willow because of its thickness and its colour, and that just appealed to me the most out of all the samples that I looked at. Clive advised me that if we ever do anything like this again, that I bring in the blank canvas before anything's painted on it, as he found it very nerve-wracking working around the oil painting. To produce the extra gingham for around the edges, I painted another canvas of just gingham and cut it into strips, bent the strips over and sewed along the bottom edge so that there were no rough edges left. And I then borrowed a friend's horse syringe and pumped glue all the way around between the willow frame and the oval canvas, and then was able to put the painted strips of gingham in to make it look realistic, like if the tablecloth was all just pushing up the sides of the picnic. Since this, I have bought another oval canvas, but as yet I have no plans of what to draw or paint on it yet. Thank you.